Alright, so the brand new Tidefall update just dropped in Fisch, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this is the biggest update we've had in a while. We've got new rods, new spears, new locations, and a full quest line that I'll be showing inside of this video. Now, this update is actually so big that I've had to split the guide into 2 videos. So this will be part 1, and if you want to watch part 2, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. So anyways, let's get into it. So there is the new Tidefall location in the game. The first thing you will see is a bunch of boats, but do not pay attention to those. Those are pretty useless. So what you want to do is put on your advanced diving gear and super flippers, and then if you have it, I would recommend using your hyperbike to make this whole process faster. But basically you want to jump in, and with the hyperbike it's really easy. You're gonna go all the way down through this little crack right here, and then you will see the waterfall right there. We're gonna head over there. And here we are in Tidefall. Now the first thing you'll notice is the shop on your right. We have the brand new Fallen Rod, which I actually have equipped right now. The stats on the Fallen Rod are actually 70 lure speed, 95 luck, 0.12 control, 30 resilience, and 80,000 max kg. Now, the passive on this rod is actually a chance for the Fallen mutation. The rod itself isn't that good, but you will need the passive for a later quest, so make sure you keep the rod. The next thing you'll notice is the Dripstone Collapse Totem. This totem, worth $35 million, will be useful in the part 2 video of the series, but currently it is not needed, so I'm going to skip over it. The next thing is the Withered Spear, which is 1.75 million. You can unlock this once you have 100% of the Tidefall Bestiary discovered. Now, when it says Tidefall Bestiary, it is talking about this local area. So if you go to the bestiary, scroll down to Tidefall, as you can see right here, I have almost everything completed except for one exotic, and this Tidefall area is only this local area. There are 5 new total locations, and Tidefall is only one of them. In a moment, we'll go over the other 4, but for now, let's check out the shop. So we can go ahead and skip over the Abyssal Tonic and the Super Flippers. We know what those are. And then we have the Tide Mourner Head. Now, this item you'll actually need to craft a rod later on. As you can see, the Tide Mourner Head right here. I will not be going over the craftable rods this video, but in the next video, I will definitely be going over them, so stay tuned. But for now, you're going to want to buy this and keep it. Now, let's move on to the first location, Sunken Reliquary. So here we are at the first location, Sunken Reliquary. Now, every one of these locations are pretty small. There isn't much to each of them. So inside of the Sunken Reliquary, the first thing you will notice is this magical diver right here. When you talk to him, he will give you a quest to bring a fallen flying Gurnard to the magical diver. Now, in order to get this, you will use the Fallen Rod, which gives Fallen mutation, and you will fish in this area right here to go ahead and get the flying Gurnard. The flying Gurnard is a legendary, and his favorite bait is shrimp. There is also a new crab cage called Relic Crab Cage. I'm assuming that these have an increased chance for relics, and we will see a lot more of these unique crab cages throughout this video. Now, the most important part of the Sunken Reliquary is this right here. Now, I will go over this section of the update in part 2 video, but I will real quick show you what it is about. So if you come over here, you can interact, and it will give you a cutscene with Mela. She will tell you she requires all 3 essences before she can help you. Again, I will go over the essences and how to talk to the mermaid in the next video, so make sure you stay tuned. But anyways, on to the next location. The next location is Coral Bastion, as you can see on the top right. Now, this location was actually leaked on the Discord a while back. Now, the first thing you'll notice in this brand new location is the Coral Crab Cage. Again, it's another unique crab cage with a unique trait attached to it, but I won't go over it because it's not as important. Now, there is 1 spear and 1 rod in this room that you will be able to unlock. Firstly, the rod will be located right above your head. I'm stuck, so I'm going to go ahead and jump up. Right here, you will see the coral diver, and if you go to his left, right around here, you'll see the coral rod for 30,000. Now, you can only buy this rod once you have 50% of the bestiary completed for this location. The stats on the coral rod are 72 lure speed, 74% luck, 0.02 control, 40 resilience, and 10,000 max kg, with a progress speed of 10%. The passive on this rod is just a chance for the coral mutation. Now, for the coral spear, using the rod location as a reference point, you want to turn right, and if you look ahead, you will see the coral spear right there. And here it is, the coral spear. You can only buy the spear if you have 50% of the bestiary completed for this area. The stats on this rod are 4 power, 20 handling, and 25 piercing. So all of these locations have spearfishing enabled. But anyway, that's it for the Coral Bastion location. Let's move on to the final 2 locations. Now, to get to the final 2 locations, we are going to use the shop as the reference point. And we're going to come over here to the left. I'm going to jump up, glide, and you will see these ruins right here. You want to come over here and you will see the collapsed ruins. Now, when you first enter this place, you will see a huge map with nothing in it. There is quite literally nothing for this place to offer except that you can fish over here in the water using a fishing rod or crab cages with its own bestiary, but nothing else. What you want to do is keep going until you find the crown ruins. Now here you can find two very important things. You can find the golden crab cage which for 25,000, and more importantly you can find the royal spear for 3.75 million. This spear can only be bought once you have 100% of this bestiary completed. The stats on this spear are insane. 11 power, 23 handling, and 30 piercing. So that is it for all the locations as far as the update goes. Now there is one more location called the Tidefall Castle, but I'll be going over that in the end as it relates to the quest line. Okay, so now that we have talked about all of the locations and the new spears and some of the new rods, let's talk about these. These are obelisks, and there are 5 of them scattered all across the map. Each obelisk corresponds to one of the locations, and when you go ahead and talk to them, they will tell you that they require an exotic fish from the location. Bring us the most prestigious fish in the place. So like I said, this refers to the exotic fish in the location, and you will have to go and collect all of them. Now as for the exotic fish, you can spawn them in using sundials, and when they spawn it would tell you right here on the top there are 5 exotics for each of the 5 places. For example, we have the Omnithal for the Sunken Reliquary and the Reef Titan for the Coral Bastion. So once you have all of these 5 exotics caught and ready to go, you're going to want to follow me over to the final location, which is called the Tidefall Castle. So over here is the Tidefall Castle, and you can just glide right in here. And there's nothing else special other than at the end there is a gate right here. Now this gate will open once you have put all of the 5 exotics into all of the obelisks. So I will go do that real quick and I'll show you the door opening. So quick correction. Apparently you only need to get 4 exotics from each location except for Tidefall. So except for the main Tidefall location, all the other 4 locations that I have shown, you need to get the exotic from each of those. I have the Reef Titan, the Omnithal, the Plysaurus, and Gold Wraith, so the 4 exotics from the 4 different locations. And you will also need a sparkling dripstone. So let's go ahead and start the quest line. So the first obelisk right next to the shop is going to need a sparkling dripstone. As you can see right there, it's glowing. We're going to head over to this one right here, which will most likely require the Reef Titan. So the obelisk right next to the Coral Bastion entrance you're gonna need to give that a Reef Titan. And then over here on the right, let's see right here, this one is for the Sunken Reliquary. So it's going to require a, I believe, Omnithal. Yes. Okay, that's 3 out of 5. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 5, yeah. So for this Basilisk right here, the orange one, we're going to need a Pliosaurus. So for the final obelisk, you're going to want to head over to the Collapsed Ruins and then go all the way to the Crowned Ruins where you'll find the final Basilisk. So right there is the final obelisk, and we'll give it a Gold Wraith. And there we go. You hear the sound of something opening. Now we will head back to the castle and we will open the gate. So as you can see, the gate has opened once we have finished all the obelisks. And here we have the final area of the map, Inner Tidefall Castle. So this area will enable you to go ahead and catch the final exotic in the Tidefall bestiary. You can catch this exotic right here, which seems to be some kind of a Nessie. So once again, you can spend some sundials and you can spawn the exotic for this area. I have no idea why I'm yellow right now, but anyways, that will be it for the part 1 of this update. We have gone through all of the new locations, the new spears, new crab cages, and the new quest line for the obelisks. In the part 2 of this update, I will go over the new craftable rods, all of the new rod quests, as well as the new enhancements altar where you can get some essence and you can go ahead and enhance your rods. Part 2 will be out soon, so make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.